Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. Welcome to Post to Win. This is a system in Solitude that is probably going to be pretty important when it comes to the role-playing adventures that CCP has planned at Fanfest. So I decided to come here since I do have a jump clone and some ships, a little bit of a base of operation ready in Solitude, which is like a little bit of our escape in case of a problematic war deck, and I decided to come and take a little bit of a look. Now the role-playing communities are already well prepared for all of this, so here I am tethered to the F court Astrahus that was planted just outside of the site itself. And the site itself is of course an Excel Citadel that is like a research station where they are trying to do research on containing the Kyonoke plague, which is probably going to be quite central to the events at Fanfest. And so this one, can we see the name? Yeah, H4-RP4. So this is Harpa. Basically this is an in-game representation of what's going to of Harpa that will become this station, this center, and all attendees will then have a sort of an augmented reality game that they'll take part in. And very interestingly, CCP has already stated that for the players that can sort of gather the most votes at Fanfest, but can also work the best together with players in game, they will actually determine the outcome of this event. So it sounds pretty damn cool to me. I know that Julianus Soter has also set up something pretty nearby. So here we go. This is Theseus Station, which is a Raitaru that was set up by Julianus Soter, who also is very active when it comes to the story of EVE Online and role-playing and things like that. So you can come visit that as well. But of course we should. Can I warp in on this approach? No, so I can't really get a very good warp in. That's a bit annoying. I may have to come back here with something like an interceptor or something. But let's see if we can maybe take a look at what's happening at this Excel Citadel. So here we go. This is Harpa, the Kyonoke Inquest Center, where presumably delegations from the 4 empires will come and discuss what needs to be done about this site right here. So this is the mining site where I think the pit is. Is this where the pit is? I'm not entirely sure if this is exactly the pit or if this is a new site where the plague actually broke out. It looks pretty damn cool, and look at the little details that are added here. So we have a small Reaper that is quarantined, and we also have a capsule that is quarantined. So I'm not sure. This is probably not interactable. Looks a little bit weird with all the jittering. But who knows what's actually happening here, of course. That's the entire mystery. I can also see a Galente Obelisk freighter docked here. Then we have Galente Outpost. Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay, well, this is Galente Space in Solitude. Then we have Residual Habitat Module and RP4 Hemorphyte Processing Platform, where, of course, a breakout of the Kyonoke plague took place. And around that, basically, the Society of Conscious Thought has built this massive Excel Citadel to study the plague and to decide on a plan of action. I think it's pretty damn cool. If you select that, you can warp at 0. Maybe we can do that. But you can't dock there. Maybe you can't dock there yet. Who knows? Perhaps it is possible that when Fanfest itself opens the doors, that will actually be able to dock here as well. I was already planning, maybe I could bring in some water or something like that in order to help, possibly with like a humanitarian effort. I really don't know what the entire event is going to be like or what you'll be able to do, but apparently you can't just warp at 0 on this location. And can I warp at 0 on the Kyonoke Outbreak Containment site? Let's go take a look at that. But I think that this is very cool, and I'm really curious to see what the interaction between Fanfest and the in-game players is going to be. So it's actually very likely that between now and Fanfest I'm going to bounce back and forth a little bit between Dittal and here in Postuvin in Solitude. So you can actually get pretty close. Let's see if I can fly and maybe grab the capsule. Oh man, if I would I really doubt it, but can you imagine if I would be able to grab this Kyonoke infected capsule? What happens when I press show info on that? Standard capsule, mass 32,000 kilograms, volume 1,000. So I would have to jettison my water, which I would of course do. I would maybe need to jettison like 400 of that or something like that. Now we can see if we can scoop the quarantined. Click this pilot for information. Member of the Pator Tech School. His name is Kyonoke infected. So that's all we know. Pator Tech School, pretty recent one. And that's what he looks like. So he doesn't look all too healthy. But yeah, the Kyonoke plague is quite an interesting plague itself, because it's supposed to also be able to basically place itself in your brain and maybe even be transmittable through the cloning process, which would of course mean that it could be quite devastating for capsuleers as well. But all of that I'm sure will actually be talked about a lot more during Fanfest, and personally I really do look forward to all these events and to see how everything unfolds here. And can I just do like let's see here, save location? Nope, can't really save this location specifically. I'm like 99.9% sure that none of this is actually interactable, so I don't think that we are going to wait for me to slow. Well, actually it's not that far anymore. We already traveled 20 kilometers. All right, let's just quickly get over there and see if we can interact with these infected and quarantined items. That would be really cool, but I really doubt it. And yeah, there are only 5 people here in local at the moment, but you can see that the role-playing guys are definitely preparing for whatever comes next on this Kyonoke event, which is of course all centered around Fanfest itself. So I also definitely look forward to that. And let's see, still at 60, what the hell, still at 66 kilometers, 65 now. Still gonna take a while. We may just accelerate the movement here. And can I save this location? Yeah, I could actually platform large collidable object. So that works. Let's give that a try. What else? We've got an Asbel over here, but that's pretty far away. And can't warp to these guys anymore, but I could warp to you, of course. To the Astrahus. And then I need to find my waypoints. People and places. There we go. Let's see if I can land on there or not. So this one is of course secured, and that is what I'm really curious about myself. What will the interaction be between Fanfest attendees and in-game characters? Now, personally, I think that there will be like 2 possible outcomes. One would be like military action, possibly using the old mechanic from Dust, where you would like bombard the planet because the plague breaks out there or something like that, or through or a humanitarian outcome, which would then probably be centered around something like giving donations of certain supplies to the Excel Citadel to see if they can basically fix the plague and the situation with the plague. So we can actually warp in right on the site. That means that the Kyonoke capsule might be grabbable. We're gonna jettison our water so that we have 1,000. Ah, damn, we don't have 1,000. Let's see if this is actually interactable. But no, from here, definitely not. Right-click, approach, orbit, keep at range, look at, lock target, show info, remove capsule. Alright, so it's not like I can scoop this to the cargo hold, which at some point may be possible, and it might be worth it to keep an eye on that, because it's really weird that they've set this up like that with a Reaper and a capsule that is quarantined and actually infected. But yeah, they're not interactable as expected. So I just dumped a little bit of water there. We'll see if that maybe triggers anything. I really doubt it. And I'm just going to dock up in the F-Court Citadel right here, I think. I may prepare a couple of PvP ships if something were to happen with maybe drifters or something like that. If they would somehow be involved in this, having a few PvP capable combat ships might be useful. And then I think, yeah, a transport ship, maybe they'll need some resources and they'll want those brought to the Excel Citadel, to the Keepstar here, in order to contain the plague. Could be cool. I definitely look forward to it. If you're looking for in-game channels, I've not seen a lot of activity, but I would definitely recommend that you keep an eye on the live events channel itself, and maybe also join the F-Court mailing list if something really does start to happen. Those are two sources that will usually be amongst the first to light up with activity, and to give you guys the heads up that that stuff is actually going on. And I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully we'll get a lot of cool stuff out of all of this at Fanfest. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.